Yeah, good evening, guys. You asked for it. Here we are, Sunday evening. Latest update on what we're planning to prevent any Mayday calls on Sophie-X. So a journey like this is more than just, throwing over some lines, putting diesel in the boat and then sailing off into the sunset. You have to understand that in the water, there's an element you can't control. If your car breaks down, you pull over to the right-hand side or over here, left-hand side, and literally just wait for the ARC. On the water, a million things can go wrong between the Coast Guard picking you up and you breaking down. You might sink the boat on the way. All of that has happened before. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to prevent all this. There are 4 vital components that could result in a pan-pan or mayday call. Pan-pan is an international call sign for help, which requires urgent assistance, but is not life-threatening at the minute. First component is the engine. You could have lost oil pressure, blown a cylinder head gasket, whatever. That would result in no propulsion left, which is a failure, and we would call for immediate help. Pan-pan, but we're not sinking. The same goes for steering. A failure in the steering will be we need assistance. Fuel delivery is the same, we need assistance. The only thing that's instantly life-threatening on the water is the hull. You breach the hull for whatever reason on the water, it's immediate mayday because there's just the water, you, and some sharks. With that being said, I'll go into the single departments or compartments, however you want to call that, and explain a little bit what we're going to do to prevent this. First of all, engine failure. What is the most likely engine failure we're going to have? Most likely cylinder head gasket, something like that. Rods and pistons are unlikely to fail. That's why I checked on the videos you have seen. I saw cold oil pressure. And what else I saw was white smoke out of the exhaust. That means the engine is not burning any oil, which is really good. It's just unburned diesel, which is a fuel delivery problem. We'll dig into that a minute later. So most likely, you might lose a cylinder head gasket. We will be carrying cylinder head gaskets, assortments, bolts, electricity like alternators, spare alternators, and everything engine assorted. We won't be carrying rods and pistons, because if that goes south, yeah, then that's just what it is, and we'll have to figure that out. But the bottom end of the engine is solid, and we have no issues running this for another 10,000 hours. Second thing is steering. You could break a steering or a rudder line. That will create havoc because you can still go forward, but if currents and wind decide to push you to the open ocean, you're in real big trouble because there's no way to steer the boat to the coast, and we are not equipped to travel the wide oceans. We want to carry at least some lines, materials, brackets we need, or at least something we can bend the bracket out of, little pieces of metal and stuff like that, so we can fab some little stuff up to get us going again. Third thing is fuel delivery. Fuel delivery is very easily solved. It is a fuel tank, there's a fuel line, there's a pre-lift pump or a lift pump and a diesel injector pump. We will be carrying spares for all this except for the tank. We'll replace the fuel lines, we'll replace the lift pumps. We will carry a spare brand new injector pump because the one that's on it is working and it's unlikely to fail if we keep the diesel supply clean. With all this said, these parts should minimize the chance of having calling for pan-pan and mayday. If you breach your hull, you're screwed. You are going down, and the Coast Guard might take hours to get to you. So that's everything we're looking into, which could result into a pan-pan or progress to a mayday call. Obviously, we'll take all the spare parts, and the one we don't have, that's the ones we'll fail, but we'll deal with this along the way. Thanks for your time and your patience with this. Bear with me. Next week, I'm going to show you the boat. At least that's what the plan is. We're going to show you the boat, do a little sea trial on it, transfer ownership, and then start filming on the boat as well once we get to outfit it and do the first little stints on it to get used to it. Thank you very much. Saltwater and Diesel, your captain speaking, Thorsten Appel.